All right, let's dive in. You guys have sent over a ton of info on Reliance Industries Limited, earnings calls, tech reports, future plans. It's a lot.
Yeah, what's really interesting about Reliance is the sheer scale of their operations.
They're like a mini India.
Exactly. Digital, retail, oil, and gas.
It's crazy. So where do we even start with a company this big?
Well, I think the best place to start is by breaking down their different business segments.
Okay.
We're talking digital services, retail, and oil and gas, each with its own unique challenges and growth potential.
Got it. So let's map it out. I'm super interested in their digital services, especially Geo platforms. They're kind of a big deal in the Indian telecom world, right?
Oh, absolutely. Jio is the undisputed leader in Indian telecom. They're the largest mobile and broadband provider in the country.
Huge.
But what's really exciting is their push into 5G and innovative services like Jio Air Fiber, their fixed wireless home broadband solution.
Geo Air Fiber. So what's the big deal about that? Is it just about crazy fast speeds?
Well, speed is definitely a factor, but Jio is aiming for something much bigger.
Huh?
They're incorporating some seriously cutting-edge 5G tech.
Like what?
Well, for example, voice over 5G, or VoN hour.
VoN hour.
Yeah. It basically promises crystal clear calls and super fast connection times.
Wow.
Then you've got network slicing, which is like having dedicated lanes on a highway for different types of data.
Right.
This means that even when everyone's online, you can still stream movies without any buffering.
No more buffering battles. I'm sold.
Yeah.
But what about all this AI stuff I keep hearing about? Is Geo getting into that too?
They are. Jio has some pretty big ambitions to become a major player in the AI field.
Cool.
They've developed this platform called GeoBrain.
GeoBrain.
Yep. And they're using it to power a new cloud storage service. Imagine this. 100 gigahertz of storage.
100 gigabytes.
Plus, AI features on top of that. So it's not just storing your files, it's intelligently organizing and managing them, making your digital life easier.
I mean, 100 gigabyte free with AI. That's pretty amazing. It's no wonder they're attracting so many users.
But let's switch gears for a second and talk about Reliance Retail.
Sure.
What's the story there?
Well, Reliance Retail is really interesting. They're actually India's largest retailer.
Really?
Yeah. They've got a massive network of stores.
Wow.
Everything from supermarkets to fashion and everything in between.
Oh, they got it all.
Pretty much, but recently they've faced some headwinds.
Like what?
Well, they've been dealing with weaker consumer demand and they're going through some internal restructuring.
So how's that impacting their business?
It's a mixed bag, really.
Okay.
Their growth has definitely slowed down a bit, but there are some positive signs.
Like what?
Well, their key metrics like registered customers, foot traffic, and transactions are still showing double-digit growth.
So people are still shopping.
Yeah, just maybe being a little more cautious.
Makes sense. So how are they adapting to this new environment?
Well, they're trying some new things.
Yeah. Their newer store formats, like the USTA fast fashion stores, are proving to be pretty popular, especially with younger shoppers.
Ah, so they're going after the Gen Z crowd.
Exactly. And they're also doubling down on their hyper-local delivery service through GeoMart.
What's that?
Basically, you can order groceries or essentials from your local Reliance store.
Oh, cool.
And get them delivered to your door in under an hour.
So they're all about speed and convenience.
Pretty much.
Makes sense. But what about their online presence? Are they making any moves in the e-commerce world?
Oh, they are. Reliance Retail knows they need a strong online presence.
Yeah.
Their digital and new commerce businesses are growing rapidly.
How rapidly?
Well, they actually account for a significant portion of their total revenue now, like 17.7%.
Wow. That's a big chunk of change. All right, let's shift gears again. Let's talk energy. Oil and gas markets are known for being pretty unpredictable.
That's for sure.
So how's Reliance handling that roller coaster ride?
Well, it's definitely a volatile landscape, but their oil and gas segment is showing some resilience.
Good.
Their KG-D6 field, one of their major natural gas production sites, is doing well.
Great.
And they're seeing a boost from increased coal bed methane production, too.
So they're producing a lot of energy.
Yes, but the bigger question is, how are they dealing with all the price swings in the energy market?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Well, their strategy is to focus on what they can control, like operational flexibility, optimizing yields, and being strategic about where they sell their products.
Smart.
They're also heavily invested in the Indian gas economy, ensuring a steady supply while adapting to the constantly changing prices.
It sounds like they're walking a tightrope.
In a way, they are.
Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture.
Okay.
What's the overall outlet for Reliance? What kind of challenges and opportunities are they facing?
Well, The global economic climate is always a major factor.
Of course.
Any instability in the world market could have a ripple effect on their businesses. But Reliance isn't just sitting back and waiting to see what happens.
They're proactive.
Very much so. Their expansion plans, especially their ambitious growth targets for geo-air fiber and their rollout of AI-powered services, show that they're committed to innovation and long-term growth.
They're always thinking ahead.
Absolutely, but let's be realistic.
Okay.
No business is completely risk-proof. There are definitely some potential pitfalls Reliance needs to watch out for.
Like what?
Well, their diverse operations actually expose them to a whole range of risks.
Like?
Well, energy prices are a constant concern, so are changes in consumer behavior and the unpredictable nature of government regulations.
Right.
Then there's the rise of electric vehicles, which could potentially disrupt their fuel retailing business.
That's true.
And let's not forget the fierce competition in the AI world.
It's a tough landscape.
It is. Scaling new ventures like GeoBrain won't be easy. They'll be up against some major players.
So they've got their work cut out for them.
They do, but they've got a lot going for them, too.
True. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
They're a company that's always on the move.
Always pushing the boundaries.
And their story is really intertwined with India's economic journey. It's fascinating.
Absolutely. It's like watching a giant chess game unfold, with Reliance making these strategic moves across all these different industries. But let's talk about the future. Where's Reliance headed in the next few years?
Well, it's pretty clear from our sources that Reliance is laser-focused on technology and innovation, and, really focused.
It's not just dipping their toes in the water.
No, they're diving in headfirst.
Exactly. And their aggressive expansion of geo-air fiber and their push into AI with GeoBrain are prime examples.
Yeah, they're betting big on these technologies to change not just their business, but whole industries.
It feels like they're laying the groundwork for a future where high-speed connectivity is just the norm.
Absolutely. Their growth targets for geo-air fiber are huge. They want to connect millions of homes and businesses.
Wow. It's like building a digital superhighway across India. But such rapid expansion comes with risks, right? What are some of the potential pitfalls they need to be aware of?
Well, one of the biggest risks for any company trying something new is execution.
Makes sense.
Rolling out a massive network like geo-air fiber takes a lot of coordination, a ton of infrastructure, and the ability to adapt when things go wrong.
Right, because even a small delay or a technical glitch could have huge consequences.
Exactly, especially when you're dealing with something on this scale.
Okay, so execution is key. But what about external factors? How could changes in the global landscape impact their plans?
Well, the global economy is always a bit of a wild card.
Yeah.
Any major downturn could impact consumer spending and investment.
Right.
And that could definitely slow down Reliance's growth.
Makes sense.
And remember, they're operating in industries that are very sensitive to government regulations.
True.
So any changes there could create hurdles or unexpected costs.
It's a good reminder that even giants like Reliance aren't immune to market forces.
Exactly. They need to be able to adapt and adjust to whatever comes their way.
Well, beyond economic factors, what about competition? How is Reliance positioned to fend off rivals in the tech space?
Well, the tech world is incredibly competitive.
It is.
You've got these established giants and then all these new startups popping up all the time. So Reliance's success will really depend on their ability to innovate quickly, offer a better customer experience than anyone else, and leverage their existing strengths.
They have a massive user base and a strong brand.
Right, but they can't just sit back and relax.
Yeah, they need to stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly. Anticipate new trends and keep evolving to stay relevant.
All right, so we've talked about tech, but let's not forget about their more traditional businesses.
Okay.
How is Reliance's oil and gas segment adapting to the changing energy landscape?
Well, the energy sector is going through some pretty major changes right now.
Big time.
Driven by, climate change concerns and the rise of renewable energy.
This whole new world.
And Reliance is aware of these shifts, and they're taking steps to diversify their energy portfolio.
So they're not just standing still.
No, they're actively looking for ways to adapt and stay competitive in this changing market.
What kind of steps are they taking?
Well, they've been investing in renewable energy projects, solar and wind power.
Cool.
And they're also looking into hydrogen, which a lot of people think could be a game changer.
Yeah, I've heard that.
It's a tricky balancing act.
Yeah.
Trying to get the most out of their existing business while also preparing for a future that might not rely so heavily on fossil fuels.
Makes sense. And are they doing this alone or are they working with others?
They're actually forming partnerships with some of the biggest energy companies in the world
Oh, yeah.
to gain access to new technologies and expertise.
So even a company as big as Reliance recognizes the value of collaboration.
Exactly. Sometimes it's better to work together.
True. Well, this conversation about Reliance's future has been really insightful.
It has.
But amidst all this talk of technology and innovation...
Let's not forget about the human element.
Right.
How is Reliance addressing concerns about sustainability and social responsibility?
That's a really important question, especially for a company with such a massive footprint.
Exactly.
And they have made public commitments to reduce their environmental impact and be more socially responsible.
Because they're saying the right things.
Yeah, but are they actually doing anything?
Yeah. What specific actions are they taking?
Well, they've set targets for reducing emissions, being more energy efficient, and promoting what's called a circular economy.
Okay.
And they're also investing in community development programs.
Such as?
Things like education, healthcare, and rural development.
So it sounds like they're actually taking some concrete steps.
It seems like they are, but of course, with any big corporation, there's always going to be some skepticism.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Are they really doing this because they care, or are they just trying to look good?
Right.
Ultimately, actions speak louder than words.
So it's up to Reliance to prove that they're serious about these commitments.
And to be transparent about their progress.
Absolutely. Especially in this day and age where consumers and investors are really demanding that companies live up to their values.
It's not just about profits anymore.
Right. Businesses need to show that they're making a positive contribution to the world.
And that they're operating ethically.
Exactly. It's not just about meeting regulations or keeping shareholders happy.
Yeah, it's about recognizing that businesses have a responsibility to society and to the planet.
It's a shift in thinking that's happening all over the world.
It is.
And people will be watching closely to see how Reliance responds to these new expectations.
Absolutely. Their actions will really speak volumes about their commitment to a sustainable and inclusive future.
Well said. It's a reminder that business success isn't just about the bottom line.
No, it's about creating value for everyone.
Employees, communities, the environment.
It's about leaving a positive mark on the world.
Exactly.
This deep dive into Reliance's future has been incredibly insightful.
It has.
We've covered a lot of ground, their ambitious plans, the risks they face, the evolving landscape they operate in. It's complex.
It is. But what are your final thoughts on Reliance's future?
I think Reliance Industries is a company at a crossroads.
Yeah.
They're poised to play a really important role in shaping India's future.
Absolutely.
And they have the potential to make a real impact on the global stage.
It's exciting. Their journey is a testament to the power of innovation and adaptation.
And their relentless pursuit of growth.
It's a story that's still being written, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Me neither. But before we move on to the final part of our deep dive,
Yes.
let's pause for a moment and think about what we've learned so far.
Okay.
We've talked about Reliance's ambitious expansion plans, the risks they face, their approach to sustainability and social responsibility. What stands out to you?
Yeah. What resonates the most? What new questions have come up?
Take a moment to process those thoughts, and we'll be back shortly to delve into another crucial aspect of Reliance's story.
Their expansion plans. Exactly. We'll be looking at the specific initiatives they're pursuing to achieve those ambitious growth targets.
And we'll explore the potential impact of those moves. Welcome back. We've covered a lot of ground, haven't we? Reliance's diverse businesses, their outlook on the future, even how they approach things like sustainability. But now, let's really dig into their expansion plans.
You know, Reliance Industries is known for thinking big and being ambitious. Their expansion plans. They're not just looking for small wins, they want to change the game completely.
They're not just playing the game, they want to make the rules. What are some of the areas they're focusing on? What stands out to you?
Their push into the digital world is huge, especially with Geo Air Fiber. This isn't just some new internet service, it's like they're creating a whole digital world that could change how people live and work.
Geo Air Fiber keeps popping up, it's clearly important. What's the big deal with it? Why are they putting so much emphasis on this?
It's about more than just fast internet. It's about creating a foundation for all sorts of digital things, streaming, gaming, working from home, even healthcare. The possibilities are huge.
They're building the roads for a future that's online and connected. But what about the stuff that travels on those roads?
That's where their investments in content and partnerships come in. They're not just building the pipes, they want to control what flows through them, acquiring media rights, working with production companies, even making their own content.
It's like controlling the whole show from start to finish. Bold move. Does it work?
It gives them a lot of control and the potential to create something really unique, yeah. And don't forget about GeoBrain and AI. They're looking to shake things up there, too. It's not just about making things automatic, it's about using AI to create entirely new ways of doing business.
Like their AI cloud storage. It's not just saving files, it's making that data useful for people, offering insights and automating tasks.
And GeoBrain goes way beyond storage. Think healthcare, education, even agriculture. They believe AI isn't just some tool, it's a fundamental shift in how we solve problems and create value.
It's amazing how they're incorporating all these cutting-edge technologies. It's about more than just growth, it's about completely changing how industries work. We can't forget their core businesses, though. What are their plans for retail and oil and gas?
They might be making headlines with digital, but they're not ignoring their roots. In retail, they're focusing on expanding their presence everywhere, online, in-store, everywhere, blending the experiences to meet what people want.
Omnichannel, right. It's the big thing now. Give people a seamless shopping experience, whether they're online, in a store, or on their phone.
Exactly. They're using their huge network of stores, their growing online platform, and their logistics to create a shopping experience that works everywhere. Plus, they're trying new things, like those USTA fashion stores aimed at younger shoppers.
Smart to keep up with what people want. What about oil and gas? That's a tough industry to be in right now. Lots of challenges.
They're handling it by focusing on efficiency, diversifying, and slowly moving towards cleaner energy, improving what they already do, exploring new oil reserves, and putting money into renewable energy projects.
Trying to make the most of what they have while preparing for a future that might not use as much oil and gas. Tough balance.
It is, and they're not doing it alone. They're working with big global energy companies, getting access to new technology and expertise.
Even a company as big as Reliance needs to work with others sometimes. Smart.
Their expansion plans really show their ambition, their willingness to embrace change, and how committed they are to being ready for the future.
This has been eye-opening. Reliance is making bold moves, taking risks, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. It's clear they're not settling for the way things are. They're building the future they want to see.
And the story's not over yet. It'll be fascinating to see how these plans unfold in the years to come and what impact they have on India and the rest of the world.
Okay, as we wrap up this deep dive into Reliance Industries Limited, one last thought. What's your biggest takeaway from all this? Their businesses, their future, those ambitious plans. What sticks with you?
Reliance Industries is like a mirror to India's ambitions, a company that's not afraid to dream big and face challenges head-on. It's a reminder that even when things are changing fast, bold vision, smart planning, and a focus on innovation can make you successful.
Great point. Keep that in mind as you watch Reliance's journey unfold. And remember, the world of business never stands still. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep exploring. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.